Now if I asked you which manufacturer made this shoe, would you guess who it is? Well, it's FootJoy, and this is a FootJoy M project. It's got a different shoe for them, and I caught up with Rich Fry of FootJoy to find out some more.
Now what is it? M stands for mobility, minimal construction for maximum feel. That's really the ethos behind the shoe. We have a lot of shoes that are super stable and get great ground traction. What we're really looking for is a shoe that's going to provide that golfer with real-time feedback of what their feet are doing, what the ground's doing, and ultimately it's going to help their balance through the swing. Now the way we've achieved that is, if you look at the last that the shoe's made on, from the laces back, it's pretty standard FootJoy fit that everybody knows and loves. It's a little bit wider at the front. It's going to allow the feet and the toes to just spread a little bit. By allowing the toes to spread, the golfer's really going to feel the ground, really just sort of feel the movement, feel both themselves but also the terrain underneath them. We've also got a very thin outsole. It's called an LTD, laser thin Duramax. Now Duramax rubber is the outsole that we use, provides cushioning, but ultimately by sneaking that golf a little bit closer to the ground, they're really going to be in tune with the ground and be able to have much better balance and control through the ball.
Well, as you're hearing, this is a shoe which allows you to have a more natural motion when you're walking on the golf course. It has a very wide toe, and that allows your feet to spread out and your toes to spread out so that they will function more naturally. Now, this is a low stability shoe, so if you need more movement in your feet, if your feet and legs aren't very active, then this is a shoe for you. If your feet and legs are already quite active in your swing, then maybe some of the other shoes from FootJoy, like the Sport or the Icon or the XPS, are probably the ones to go for. It did feel very comfortable, I have to say, and I was quite surprised by that because you've only got a few lace holes here, but they do the job. And there's also a boa version as well, which I have to say I'm a big fan of the boa stuff. It's got very good grips on the bottom of them. There's a spike version and a spikeless one, and certainly wearing them around, it was just so comfortable walking in them. I'd have to say, for me, I prefer my more stable shoe, so I was feeling it a little bit in my ankles, but it would just be a little bit of trial and error, maybe speaking to a pro to find out what type of shoe is going to suit you the best. I've had a go at this, so I'm going to pass it over to Jamie and see what he thought too.
When we first found out about the M projects from FootJoy last year, we kind of saw some of the early designs that they had. And obviously you're kind of shocked to begin with because it's a drastic move for FootJoy. It's a different type of shoe than they've had before, and even the looks of it are very sort of distinctive and modern. I think they've tried to mar those two things together a little bit. It's a very ambitious sort of shoe design, so they wanted to bring that in the looks as well. So they've done that. So the looks might not be for everyone. I wasn't a huge fan of the sort of stitching around it. But to be honest, that's not really what this shoe is about. It's a lightweight shoe. You'll see that this forefront of the shoe is slightly larger, and you notice that as soon as you put your foot in it, your toes kind of spread out a little bit. You can feel you're gripping the ground. The things I found when I was playing with it on the course were your feet sit a lot lower to the ground than what you're used to, so you can kind of feel the contours of the ground a little bit more, and it's not overly comfortable like it's padding your feet, but you can kind of feel the ground below you and sort of work on that with your swing, and especially around the greens when you're hitting those sort of chips from the fringe or you're on a slight slope, you could really adjust to it better because you could feel what was going on under your feet. The other thing with a lot of street shoes is how good are they, how stable are they. We got the spiked version here, and it was great. We didn't feel the impact of these coming through the low profile shoe. The traction was there, and the thing I really like about it is they've added these sort of sidebars both at the front and the back. And that slight bit of roll that you might have if it was just a really lightweight shoe is sort of combated by these side panels that really help the stability overall. So it's a very lightweight shoe. It's a very ambitious design by FootJoy. It won't be for everyone, but I can tell that if you like this kind of shoe and you like the sort of street lightweight addition to the market, then it's definitely one to check out.
Well, that's all for us today on the FootJoy M project. If you'd like to find out more about FootJoy and all the other golf shoes and to read their reviews, please visit our website at golfalot.com.